Like a flower underground, like a flower from underground.
You live in a different world.
What's good, YouTube? Phobia here, and welcome back to another video. Alright, for this video, I kind of want to answer a question that's been floating around the community for quite some time. And the question is, did Tokyo Revengers fall off? Now, I feel like people ask this question for two reasons mainly, which is one, with an ongoing manga that had a popular start to its anime, it has continuing chapters, and a lot of people aren't talking about what's going on. And that's kind of you could say it's a problem because it's the final arc. It's when everything is supposed to like go down. And another reason I'd say is because there was this so-called trailer that came out on YouTube. It came out for the next arc to be announced, which one, the arc wasn't even confirmed to be finished, and two, when people saw the trailer, they were like, no one's talking about it. Like, why is anybody talking about the trailer? Well, for one, the trailer isn't actually a trailer. It's basically just a recap of season 1 with a title that says, you know what I'm saying, Christmas Showdown arc, to like get them to watch the video and stuff. So I'd say that's pretty much a fake trailer. It's not nothing really official. And two, yeah, with a manga that has continuing chapters like weekly, it don't really take that many breaks, to be honest. A lot of people aren't really talking about much, and if you read the chapters, you realize it's not really much going on. Like, yeah, there's this big fight, but with all these characters that we barely know, we're trying to flesh them out with these flashbacks like as quick as you can before we get to like the climax, which is supposed to be Takemichi versus Mikey, I believe. It's just pretty uninteresting. You see nobody talking about it. You don't even see the fans talk about it. Like, you see them, when Tokyo Revengers fans talk about anything about the manga, they talk about Tenjiku, which is pretty much the best arc written, and the Black Dragon arc. And the Black Dragon arc is what's called the Christmas arc. That's supposed to be coming up in season 2. But with this recent arc, everything's kind of just gone downhill. They got characters leading up to the point that have gotten killed off. Very good characters as well. I'd say, like, let me name 3 besides Baji, because I was in season 1. I'd say Izana kind of deserved because he was the antagonist. Emma, Draken. The Draken one kind of pissed me off. Like, the way they went out with that, it was kind of like entirely upsetting. I almost dropped the manga at that point. But with this 3 deities, this Kanto Manji and the Bonten arc, it just seems like everything just went downhill because of a bad decision, like one bad decision. Takemichi wanted to go back to the past so everyone can have a good future, like including Mikey. When Mikey set it up to where everybody would have a good future except for him because he feels responsible in a way. I kind of don't remember why he wanted to do that. The writing's still nice, but with all the good characters gone, and then you have like these basically leftovers like fighting each other, all you're pretty much waiting on to show up is Takemichi fighting someone or Mikey fighting someone. And like I said, nobody's talking about the recent chapter because Mikey actually showed up. He's fighting this guy called Punchin, and I ain't gonna lie, of course he one-shots him, but there's this little like dialogue that goes on. But it's once again, it's like, it kind of feels like a drag because you have the Bonten arc, which was for Takemichi feeling guilty even though he got the good future. You have 3 deities where a character dies and it sets off this entire war with these gangs that we know little to nothing about and these characters that we know little to nothing about. And out of that, I'd say like the only 2 good or decent characters that came out of that were South and Senju. And Senju's actually a pretty cool female character. But after that, the 3 deities arcs ends. It was kind of strange. It was kind of funny as well. Somebody ends up dying in that as well. So that was kind of pointless. Now we're in Kanto Manji, and Takemichi's gang is fighting Mikey's gang, but we're really just seeing a bunch of randoms fight each other. Like all we really care about is Takemichi and who he fights versus Mikey who he fights. And with that concept, it just like it loses its interest. And I feel like most people feel the same way because once again, it's not something that's being talked about. It's the final arc. Everything's in its climax and like nobody's interested, nobody's getting excited or anything. I feel like the one thing that would pick it back up is to finally get the Mikey versus Takemichi standoff and to end this arc and an actual fight and not something where like Takemichi uses so-called, you know what I'm saying, talk no jutsu to talk to him and say like, man, we want a good future for you because we care about you as well. Like, you know, all that stuff. Like, people want to see an actual fight between them because that's pretty much what we've been getting from Tokyo Revengers anyways. Fights, like gang fights. And that was a cool premise. But, you know what I'm saying, things happen. It used to be popular now. I'm pretty sure the anime still has its hype, but the manga definitely doesn't. I'd say the manga definitely lost its hype after the Bonten arc because of, like, bad decisions. And once again, well, not once again, but this isn't, like, a shot or a diss towards Ken Wakui, who is the mangaka, the writer of Tokyo Revengers. This is just like, this is for the fans that still believe that Tokyo Revengers is a top 5 new gen when in actuality no one's speaking on it and no one's been speaking on it for like the past month or two. With the current state of the manga, I'd say that's pretty much why. But if you do feel a different way, please let me know in the comment section. I do appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.